Hey, in today's show, we have news about Walt Disney World expands Christmas season for 2026. Disney confirms the status of the Grand Floridian gingerbread house, and so much more on today's Disney Parks podcast.
Welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast, your Disney infotainment podcast. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast at all times, and get ready for the Disney Parks Podcast.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. Hey, I am flying solo this week. James is out, but the show must go on, as we like to say. A couple things. First, I just want to give you some things that I've done recently, and just thought I'd give you some updates. So one is I went to Level 99. It's the new entertainment place over at Disney Springs. We didn't play any of the games. We just went there, had some lunch, try out the food, and just go inside and check everything out. Here's my tip. If you're going to eat there, get a table first and then have somebody go order your food because there are not a lot of tables. There is a lot of things to do. There are over 60 games, I think, or 60 puzzles and rooms. A lot of them happen inside rooms, so nobody can see how badly you're doing. So don't be afraid of that. And I have a feeling this place is going to get very busy, especially at night and on weekends and holidays and things like that. Because I think the locals are going to go as much as the Disney tourists are going to go. Pricing is not too bad. It does fluctuate on the date, the time, and things like that, and where they get capacity. You may have to wait a little bit in order to get in. There's a queue area off to the side. It kind of shows you how the games work. Get a little wristband that you have to tap to play. Everybody has to tap so that they're active in the game. But it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool place. If you get a chance and you're coming down, check it out. Tell me what you think. And the food was good. We had what were called bites, which is not really appetizers. A little bit bigger than an appetizer, but a little bit smaller than an entree. I had a tuna poke bowl. It came in a little small cup. And we also had some street tacos, which were kind of, not full-size tacos. Tiny tacos, but they were good. Let's see. 4th of July, we went over to the Grand Floridian Cafe for dinner so that we can see the fireworks. There's a lot of hoopla on the internet, no dining reservation, can't go anywhere, blah, 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 blah. Yes, some of that was true. They checked our reservation, allowed us to park. And also at the Grand Floridian, they had two valet places to make sure when you left to get your keys. If you were not valeting, you had to park across the street, and they were shuttling people on golf carts to go get their cars. There was no restrictions of where you can be outside at the Grand Floridian. We chose the boat dock over by Narcosis. This way we had a good view of the island and a good view of the castle fireworks, so we saw both. They didn't do really a lot of perimeter stuff this year. It was just behind Cinderella's castle and on the island in front of the Polynesian. Now, if you were staying at the Polynesian, you had a really good view. But here was the thing. Most of the beach, they had cordoned off, blocked off with barriers, and had all seats set up there. And that was for their club level guests only. There was a very tiny portion of the beach for the rest of the people that were going to watch fireworks. And I don't think it was sufficient for the entire rest of the population of Polynesian Beach. So I don't know what they did over there, but I just saw a lot of pictures and some complaints and things like that. But at the Grand Floridian, there was really no restrictions on where we can go to watch it. We could have been outside Gasparilla Grill. We could have been over by the pool, wherever we wanted to stand. That was fine. So that was good. The fireworks, like I said, I feel they were a little bit shorter this year. And like I said, they weren't doing any perimeter things. It was in 2 firing locations only behind the castle and on the island in front of the Polynesian. And that was it. So let's see what they do for New Year's. But that was it. So, all right, kids, let's get on with the news. First, let's remind you that you should follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Disney Parks Podcast, or on YouTube at youtube.com/Disney Parks Podcast. Please like, subscribe, comment, do all those things. It all helps. Even after the show is over, even after I am gone, after I'm done doing all this, you still should go there and just do those things. It would really help. Next, hey, visit our Etsy shop at stitchintime00.etsy.com. We just recently posted 9 new shirts. Here's a Mickey and Company shirt. We posted this Buzz Lightyear shirt. We have a God Bless America. We have a Mickey and Company, 250 Orange Bird, 50s Primetime. We have a Herbie shirt, a Carousel of Progress. Since it's going away and being redone, this is a great shirt to get when it comes back. Toy Story stuff is flying off the shelf. We have stickers. We have a Toy Story collection. You can go shop that. We have a Walt Disney Imagineering shirt. Here's a new shirt. Has a Buzz and Woody sketch on it. You can have that on the front and Toy Story on the back. You can do them both on the front. Your choice. We got Matterhorn, all kinds of things. But go check us out. stitchintime00.etsy.com. So go check us out over there.
And now, Disney Parks Podcast News.
All right. First up, Walt Disney World is expanding the Christmas season for 2026. Disney World is extending its 2026 celebration, which will now run from November 13th through January 6th, nearly a week longer after New Year's than all previous years. Usually, by the first week in January, it's all gone. But they're going an extra week this year. So that's good for people that don't want to come down for Christmas, but still want to see some Christmas. So take full opportunity. There'll be more opportunities to experience holiday entertainment decorations. It is all included with regular admission. Some things that will happen during the holiday season. So Magic Kingdom, you get the Jungle Cruise Holiday Overlay. You get the Frozen Holiday Surprise Castle Light Show, as you can see in that image there. You get Christmas Day decorations throughout the parks and the resorts. Over at EPCOT, the Festival of Holidays will run November 27th to December 30th. You get Candlelight Processional, which they'll announce some speakers soon. You get the Holiday Kitchens, the Holiday Storytellers, Festive Lights in the Living with the Land. Over at the studios, you get Sunset Greetings projection show on the Tower of Terror. You get holiday additions to the Frozen sing-along and classic holiday-inspired decorations. And I really like the studio decorations a lot, especially the store windows. They're very cute. Brings back the old 50s and 60s days. Probably even before that. Probably more like the 50s and 60s. Over at the Animal Kingdom, we get the Merry Menage puppets, holiday decor throughout Discovery Island, Asia, and Africa. There'll be no Dino Land because it's closed for refurb. Over at Disney Springs, you get the Christmas tree stroll and holiday shopping and entertainment. There are some special ticketed events like the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party and Disney Jollywood Nights. We've spoken about those. If you need more information, please reach out and I can help you with more information on those things. This is very disappointing. This is about the Grand Floridian gingerbread house. Now, there's been some rumors going around on the internet, but this has been confirmed that the gingerbread house will not be coming back this year. And there's a lot of rumors as to why, and suspiciously, everyone thinks because they don't want all the traffic in the Grand Floridian, and then it makes it uncomfortable for guests actually staying at the Grand Floridian, that they have to wait on lines for things. So to cut down on dining and all that other stuff. I believe that's the reason why they're not doing it this year. But they have confirmed that it will not be done this year. Instead of the traditional walk-through gingerbread house, guests will find a new miniature gingerbread display located throughout the resort. Disney says the change is intended to improve guest flow and reduce congestion at the Grand Floridian lobby. The giant gingerbread house also was gone in 2025, and we believe that was because of the construction of the bar, but who knows? Could it return? Possible. You never know. Disney changes their mind a lot. But are there other things to do? Yep. There's a gingerbread carousel over at the Beach Club. There's a gingerbread display over at the Contemporary. There's something on Animal Kingdom, the Boardwalk Villas, and most of the resorts have some kind of Christmas tree. Not particularly a giant gingerbread house, but there are plenty of decorations to see throughout the Disney property. So don't let this stop you from coming down for your Christmas vacation. All right, one of my favorite places to eat over at Disney Springs is Morimoto. And they are hosting the inaugural Sushi Showdown on September 21st. Good for you, Morimoto. Disney Springs will host its inaugural Sushi Showdown on September 21st, bringing together some of Orlando's top sushi chefs for a one-night culinary competition. Nothing like watching it live in front of you. Guests will sample signature sushi creations and vote for their favorite chef to crown Orlando's first Sushi Showdown champion. 2 tasting sessions are available from 5:30 to 7:30 and then from 8 to 10. Optional premium sake pairings are available. General admission tickets are $125 per person. You can get a VIP experiences, which is very limited at $700 per person. There is a give back component to this. The event will include a live auction benefiting Give the Kids a World Village, with 100% of the auction proceeds supporting the nonprofit mission of providing unforgettable vacations for critically ill children and their families. So don't forget that this will all happen on September 21st, one night only, 2 events, 5:30 to 7:30, 8 to 10. Okay? All right, next up, if you have not, and shame on you, Toy Story 5 is the biggest global opening of 2026, and second biggest domestic animated debut ever. So Toy Story 5 had a blockbuster opening weekend, earning an estimated $312 million worldwide, making it the biggest global opening 2026. It did worldwide 312, domestically 160 million. International was 152 million. Largest opening weekend in Toy Story franchise history. And if you don't know a little bit about the story, the film reunites beloved characters Woody, Buzz Lightyear, Jessie, as they face new challenges in the form of a lily pad, a modern tablet that reflects today's technology-focused world. It's a good story. It's a lot of fun. The kids will love it. There's some adult humor in it. There's kid humor in it. So go out and check it out. It's 95% audience score, 93 certified Rotten Tomato, and an A in CineScore. So, little history though. The first 4 Toy Story films saw over 60 million hours streamed ahead of the movie release. 60 million hours. So the first 4 films got a lot of viewing. The franchise has now earned more than $3 billion at the global box office, and that's why they keep making them, kids. 2 previous Toy Story films each surpassed $1 billion worldwide, and the series has received 11 Academy Award nominations and 3 Oscar wins. So hopefully they'll get another nom and maybe another win for the year. All right, if you have the Disney Plus, if you're a subscriber, there is a new show called Star Wars Vision Presents The Ninth Jedi, and this trailer was released recently. Disney has released the first trailer for the Star Wars Vision Presents The Ninth Jedi, a new limited anime series announced during the Anime Expo in Los Angeles. So this is a animated version of Star Wars, so don't get it confused with all the live action stuff. Features returning English voice actors include Sim Liu, along with several new cast members. Premiere date: all 8 episodes will premiere on August 5th, 2026, streaming on Disney Plus and on Hulu. Disney expanding the Star Wars Visions universe with its first long-form anime series, giving fans a deeper continuation of one of the anthology's most popular stories. So, if you're a fan of the Star Wars, this is it. Should remind you too that if you're on Disney Plus, oh my gosh, the name of it just ran out of my head. I'll think of it. Behind the Attraction came back for season 3. So season 3, Behind the Attraction, go see that. They dropped 2 episodes. They both happen to be about the Disney Cruise Line. One is about the history of the cruise line, and then one is about the Disney Destiny. So if you're thinking about taking a cruise, take a look at those, because they're very interesting and give you a little insight into Disney cruising. All right, next up, if you're a food and wine fan, and who isn't, here's my thing. I wish they would bring back some of the culinary demos, some of the cooking things, bring back some of the celebrity chefs. It's boring now. It's just food with Eat to the Beat. There's no food entertainment anymore. I used to go to all these demos and have a great time and meet these chefs and talk to them about their art and their craft and all these things. But I don't know. Apparently it costs money. I don't know what their problem is. Anyway, they announced the Eat the Beat lineup. If you don't know, this happens nightly from August 27th to November 16th. There are 3 shows each night: 5:30, 6:45 p.m., and 8 p.m. It's in the American Gardens Theater, which is right across from the American Pavilion. I'm not going to give you all the dates. Go find out the dates, but just give you a rundown. I'll mention if they're new or they're returning. Everybody's returning unless I say new. How about that? Okay. So first you have Evolution Motown. You got Hanson. You got The War and Treaty, which is new. You got Yellow Card, Fly Guys, Couch. They are new. Fits and the Tantrums. They are new. Latin Ambition. You have to go see this band. It's a local band here in Florida. They also go by another name called Blonde Ambition. The Latin Ambition version is all Latin music, and they are fantastic. It's an awesome band. You got Mercy Me. You got Grupo Mania, which is new. Metro Latino Band. Element, Newfound Glory, Smash Mouth. Champagne Orchestra. Ray Ruiz, who is new. Tiffany, who thinks she's alone now. Viva Latina, The Fray, Starship with Mickey Thompson, Jacelyn Hayden, Ben Rector, Alan Stone, who is new, Sound Up, Laura Elena, Country, who is new. She was on The Voice, if I'm not mistaken, and I think she toured with Blake Shelton for a while. Bowling for Soup, Southbound, Boys to Men, Big Head Todd and the Monsters, they are new. M80s, Grace Potter, she is new. The Beach Boys, and if you remember the Fasco from last year with John Stamos, I'm sure it'll be the same. And then ending the whole shenanigans, you have the Hooligans. Now, yes, you can stand in the standby line and go see any of these bands. That is perfectly acceptable behavior. Nobody will criticize you for that. But if you would like a little better seat for one of your favorite bands, what you can do is dine at one of these restaurants, and you will get a reserved area, different area to wait in queue, and then you have reserved seating. So you can do any of this at Beer Garden, Chef de France, Coral Reef Restaurant, Garden Grill, La Crêpe de Paris, La Hacienda, La Cellier Steakhouse, Nine Dragons, Regal Smokehouse, if space is available, Rose and Crown, the sushi place over at Japan, Spice Road Table, Tepanito, Tutto Italia, and Via Napoli. Some of these will do breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Some only do lunch or dinner, and some do only dinner. So make sure you check Disney's website for that. And you can just Google EPCOT Festival, Food and Wine Festival, and you can find that information. All right. Disneyland announced 8 rules that are changing for 2026. So here's the breakdown of these rules. Well, one is park hopping has been made easier, so guests can now switch between Disneyland and California Adventure anytime during the day, as long as they wait 15 minutes after they enter the first park. The old restriction was at 11 a.m., and that is now gone. So go to the park, wait 15 minutes, and then you can park hop to the next one. Okay? Probably has to do with people making a reservation in one park and then just immediately going over to the other. You now have to wait 15 minutes. So if you walk slow across the promenade, that's probably 15 minutes. Or go get something to eat and then go to the other park. Number 2, early entry has been eliminated. The hotel guest perk for early park access was removed. It's replaced with a single lightning lane selection benefit instead. So every person on the room reservation gets one lightning lane selection for that one day. That's it. Okay, so no more early entry. Next, park reservation rules have been loosened. So guests still need reservations, but those with park hopping tickets are no longer required to start in their reserved park. So that's pretty good. Rule number 4, Incredicoaster bottle rule. On the upside down Incredicoaster, guests can no longer hold water bottles on board. A storage shelf was added to reduce ride disruptions. Apparently, people were dropping these things and they're flying off the ride and possibly injuring others, so you can no longer hold your water. It has to be stowed. Number 5, Disneyland app upgrade. Park reservations can now be made directly inside the Disneyland app instead of only through the web browser. They've done that here also in Florida on our app as well, so it's about time. I mean, if you have the app, you should use the app. Don't make us go somewhere else to go do that. Number 6, pin trading crackdown. Oh boy. Disney is trying to control overcrowding and resale issues by restricting certain pin trading areas to kids only. That does not mean you adults, anybody over the age of 18. No. And they're banning pins of being spread out on tables, benches, or chairs. So you can't bring all 15 of your pin books. Just bring one and use that as your display of what you want to do for that day. And then come back the next day with a different book. Okay? Number 7. Facial recognition is now being tested and expanded. So as Disney is continuing its trials of facial recognition entry, potentially allowing guests to enter the park without even scanning a ticket. And you can opt out, but that will probably take you longer to get inside the park. Other parks are doing that, like here at Universal Florida. I'm sure Universal California is doing the same. Hey, TSA does it. So when you buy your ticket, you'll have to take your picture. Universal, you can do it in the app. I don't know how Disneyland is doing their test. But after that, all you do is you go up, you show your mug, and then it knows that you have a ticket and for how long and if it's valid or not. I kind of like it. I think it'll move faster because the whole tap your thing and then tap your finger here in Florida is not a very efficient method. I'm just going to say that. And the last but not least, number 8, phone policy reversed on rides. So phones are now allowed again on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, reversing an earlier ban that was causing confusion and inconsistency. Listen, you do stupid things with your phone, and then rules get made, and then we got to figure out how to stop you from doing stupid things. This one happened to be reversed, so everything is good. All right, kids, let's get into some headline news.
And now, the headline news.
All right, in today's headline news, Disneyland Resort welcomes the 1 billionth guest. 1 billion people have been to Disneyland. Now, it's taken them a little over 70 years to do that, but hey, they got it done. I think I calculated if you take the 1 billion divided by 70, it's about 14 million people on average visit Disneyland a year. Now, I'm not saying that happened every single year, but 14 million people was the way it's sliced up. A new Haunted Mansion collection is coming to the Disney Store, probably because Halloween's coming up, so they're trying to get you all prepped. These are things that you can buy online at the Disney Store. You don't have to go to a park to get them. So that's the good news. Hey, a small fire broke out over at Bourbon Steak by Michael Mina. So unfortunately, they are temporarily closed until they do some fire cleanup. So if you have a reservation or have a reservation in the future, please check with Bourbon Steak by Michael Mina. See if your reservation is still valid, if they'll be able to be open when you plan on coming. So just check that out. Disney Springs transportation is now restricted to Disney Resort guests, and also the boats going from Disney Springs are now restricted. So if you're not staying at the resorts, or if you don't have a dining reservation, you will not be allowed on the boat or the bus from Disney Springs to a resort. People decided to break the rules and do stupid things, so now we have other rules. Do stupid things, we make stupid rules. All of the cheapest possible tickets for Mickey's Not So Scary have now been sold out. So the cheapest tickets are gone, but if you're willing to drop a lot of money and not see Mickey's Not So Scary, well, there's plenty of those. So you can get one of those instead. There's been a permit extension for the Indiana Jones ride at the Animal Kingdom. Apparently, they're going to do some set installation, and they extended the permit. Maybe it's taking them a little bit longer to do some set installations that they expected. So, not a big deal. It'll still probably open when they said it was, and everything will be fine. Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair, that's the castle show, is being paused from July 7th to July 14th, and then will return on July 15th. And Disney has not said why this is going dark. Hey, maybe the cast wants a little vacation. They're entitled to vacation. You know, take a little time off. You know, Mickey needs a vacation. Minnie needs a vacation. So you have to find something else to do during the day. The Edison over at Disney Springs is hosting the 3rd annual Bartenders Bash on August 20th. So if you're going to be in Disney Springs on the 20th of August, there's going to be a Bartenders Bash. So they bring in a bunch of bartenders from other restaurants, and then they crown one king. So that'll be on August 20th. Nine Dragons restaurant over at EPCOT, it's got new prices, and they've jacked them up. And it also has some new menu items, so hopefully they changed up. Listen, if you want Chinese food, Nine Dragons is not the place to go get it. I mean, you can get a DoorDash to your resort for way less than Nine Dragons. I'm just saying. Go try something in Epcot that you can't get somewhere else. You know, do that. Oh boy. Dwayne Johnson confirms Moana 3 is in the works at Disney. I think he's talking about the animated, because the live action comes out this weekend. So there's going to be a Moana 3. Thank you, Dwayne, for letting the cat out of the bag for us. All right. Here's some controversy. On Disney's website, YouTube channel. There was a show called Disney Unscripted, and they were showing us how they made a projection pirate, a skeleton face on a animatronic. And this was to give it more of a realism. And wherever this animatronic moved, the face would move with it, and it would be able to blink and talk and all those things. Well, they had this projection pirate animatronic, and they turned it back into a physical skeleton without the projection. I guess people didn't like it, complained about it, so Disney ripped it out. So it's gone. Go watch it. It's on YouTube. It's called Unscripted Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland, something like that. You'll be able to see it, and tell me what you think. I thought it looked fantastic. I thought it was a great leap forward. It's what they're doing with Anna and Elsa and all the other animatronics. So go check it out. Anyway, JetBlue Vacations is now offering Walt Disney World packages. So if you are a JetBlue fan and you have a bunch of points and stuff, maybe you can add those to your Walt Disney package and get, flying, hotel, and all that bundled together. I did this years ago with Continental to go to Vegas. They, didn't have a package for Disney at the time, but Vegas is just as good. And it was worth it. I had a great time and got a great price. So check that out. And there's a rumor. Where's my rumor? My rumor mill. I need this. The Parent Trap sequel reportedly in the works with Lindsay Lohan returning. She's going back to the scene of the crime. She's going to make another Parent Trap. Listen, I saw it as a kid when I was in my younger days. But yeah, I think some of those can use a remake. Some of the older live action Disney things, I think some of them might be interesting and have a live action version of them. I think it might be fun to see. Give them a little update, a little modernization. So anyway. All right, moving on. Hey, just a reminder, go visit our store, Stitch in Time, 00.etsy.com. Here are some new shirts. We have the Toy Story sketch. We have the Pixar shirt, an Orange Bird shirt, a Main Street Electrical Parade shirt, a Herbie shirt, a Carousel of Progress, a 50s Primetime Cafe, everybody's favorite place to eat. And we have two different Walt Disney. We have a Wed Imagineering, if you know, you know. And then we have a Walt Disney Imagineering. So go check those out at stitchintime00.etsy.com. You can just scan that QR code right there. Take it right to the shop.
The Disney Parks Podcast is not affiliated with a Walt Disney Company. All Disney parks, attractions, lands, shows, event names, etc. are registered trademarks of the Walt Disney Company.